Blair #1 in the building. What's up? What's up? Hey, Patricia Blair, how are you? What's up, y'all? What's up, y'all? We're in the building. Welcome to Set in the West. I like the shirt. Yeah. What's up, y'all? Let me let everybody in the building. I hope you are having a productive, happy Sabado, Sabbath. What's up, Charlene? Charlene Mowat. Is that it? Mowat? What's up, Pretty Bot? Are you a real person, Pretty Bot? What's up, y'all? Yeah, let everybody fall in real quick before I get into it. Hey, Yvonne, in the building as always. I appreciate you. Sharon, hey, how you doing? Jag may pop up. I'm sure she's gonna pop up. I just wanted to get and talk about this because I got some editing to do. I gotta get my other content from my other channel finished. So I'm trying to really turn this thing into something. Let me fix my posture. My neck been hurting. How's everybody doing though? Like I said, it is Saturday, at least in this part of the world, are Australians. Maybe it's not Saturday. It's probably Sunday now, right? No, no, no. I think we still no. I think it's Sunday over there. Yeah. Um. Yeah. I just wanted to talk real brief about a couple of things. Thanks. Yeah. I need to get. I need to get with my folks about this shirt because honestly I want to have some on the site. I'm gonna have my Set in the West shirts coming next week. So if you are a member, well, you'll see it. It'll be on the site. You know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna look into seeing if I could get a few of these, the availability of these or whatever. These are no jokes. Shout out to the F Fear. Yeah, y'all. Look. Um, let's talk about it. I was on the Instagram streets. I was on these IG streets, and I'm so like I really don't be knowing the inner workings of a lot of these social media platforms. I'm pretty much just realizing that I mean IG is used for like dating and uh, hoeing. Let's just say that, right? I'm just not realizing that because when you look at a typical person on Instagram, they are doing what? They're selling something, they're selling themselves. It's kind of it's kind of degrading. I say it like that. You know what I'm saying? And I didn't realize that IG pretty much that's just what it was. You're pretty much selling yourself on IG, advertising something to a degree. I get why YouTube is YouTube. People make videos, they upload video, they give you content, maybe they'll give you advice, maybe they have some unique experiences that they want to share and they want to corral an audience and get an audience. I get that. But IG initially it started out as just like a platform for photographers. And then you start hearing these things like IG models. Like, what is an IG model? It's not IG is not an agency. It's not like Wilhelmina. So IG just done turned into like a mixture of Backpage, Craigslist, Tumblr. Like it turned into something crazy. There was an account that posted a blurb or a copy of another Instagram account of a young lady. She said on her Instagram account that she is flying out to a city. Says she's flying out to a city to meet a guy, basically, and she's gonna ghost the guy and just go explore the city. I guess the guy flew her out, right? Is that what happened? Yeah, the guy flew her out. Yeah, a man flew me out. This is what it said. A man flew me out. I blocked his number and explored the city. And underneath it, the caption basically said, "Fellas, y'all got to stop doing this." And I agree. What's up, Kiki Eyes? What's up, Cat? What is good? What's up? What's up? I appreciate y'all. Appreciate the usual suspects that are always here. Gratitude. Any questions y'all got? Shoot them, shoot them, shoot them. But I'm just trying something different because I just said let me talk about this because a lot of people it's going over a lot of people's heads as far as what I'm putting out there, and I think it may go over a lot of dudes' heads because that post it said dudes got to stop doing this, and I'm like, yeah, I don't. What part of the game is that? Dating? Like, why would you fly someone to your city and then I mean for what for dating? If anything, go to their city. If you're a man, go to their city. But I just have different rules, right? I don't know. But I don't get it. Why would you so Makia? ACG, appreciate you. Yeah, why would you fly out or fly someone out? I don't get it. Why would you fly someone out? But people were like, dude, y'all gotta stop doing this. Men were in the comments. Oh, hold up. Hold up. Hey, yo, Lonzo, I'm gonna hit you back in a few. All right, Doc, do you think? Okay, peace. Shout out to Lonzo Williams. That's the homie. He probably needs some tech support or something. I'm gonna bring him in. I'm gonna call him in a few. Um, and then shout out to Jaguar Rizite. It's all Rizite. It's all Rizite. It's all Rizite. It's all Rizite. What up? I'm doing it without the headphones. So I'm like, you know, so and then in the future, I'm setting up your studio so that that's what we do. You ain't got to worry about headphones. We're gonna have everything crisp and clear. What's up, Lamura? Jag, you there? Okay, I can't hear you. Let me keep going. Let me keep going. All right. Let me land here real quick. The reason why people were saying, "What's up, Lady Classic?" Men were in the comment section saying, "Yo, men got to stop doing this." And then they brought up the Diddy case, and
Can you
people
hear me
brought up
now?
the Mann Act. Yeah, I can hear you. How you doing?
Sorry. Good.
Let me finish with this topic of discussion real quick. I just wanted everyone to kind of get a little backstory and why I'm even doing this topic, and I wanted to get everyone's opinion on where I'm going with this. People were in a IG comment section going in on why men should not fly women out. And I'm like reading it and I'm like, yeah, you know what? I mean, I never man, I ain't flown nobody out. You know what I'm saying? If anything, it's better to get flown out. Don't you get, don't fly them out. You but that's what they're doing. I guess men nowadays or men years back have been flying women into their city, and the comment section we're just talking about the dangers of flying women out, especially nowadays, especially since this Diddy trial, this Diddy case has commenced, or it's done, but the effects of it, and the Mann Act. That was the main driving topic. The Mann Act. What is the Mann Act? I mean, it's officially called the White Slave Traffic Act. It was passed in 1910. Originally was about stopping human uh, traffic to the king and force uh, pro y'all, the
The prosty
prostitution,
stuff, yeah, professional
prosty, right?
stuff.
Over time, it's been used in cases that had nothing to do with traffic to the king. Jack Johnson was charged for taking his girlfriend to the state line. Chuck Berry, same thing. Years later,
But
the y'all the law.
let's not forget it wasn't just taking his girlfriend to the state line, it was taking his white girlfriend to the state line. They were making a big deal about interracial relationships, and back then interracial relationships were not welcomed, and the Mann Act was used in that to deter other black men who were affluent and who had money to not try the same thing. So
Yep,
yeah.
exactly, and that's why I said it said white slave, whatever, because it's a lot to do with race. And so why am I bringing up Diddy? Because in his case, prosecutors and the media, they are referring to old accusations um, through a Mann Act lens. I don't believe he's innocent, but the fact that the government is dusting off these new uh, these new cases could be used, um, brought in with basically old dog, old trick, new dog, essentially. So that's really why I'm going with it. It's like Diddy, that case is setting precedents in regards to how they're going to move forward with certain cases. And then I'm gonna talk about this too because it's funny. You were talking about Tasha K last night, and you were going in, and it was great. And I said, let me piggyback off of that because I'm gonna tie in this Trasha situation. Um, Flying a woman out doesn't sound like romance. Uh, it could be spun as coercion if things go bad. So, you know, flying, not every fly out is like going to be like that. It's not shady. And most are consensual. But the legal system don't care about your IG captions, your consent. If there's drugs, alcohol, if there's an argument, if the woman changes her mind after, it's a he said, she said situation, and the federal prosecutors could get involved and they can turn your love case into something different. So,
Pause. Did you say a love case? Because
yeah,
that's debatable. It's debatable.
I said love case.
Is it really love?
Is it really love?
I
If
mean,
it isn't
seriously.
love, if it isn't love, why do I feel this way? Why does she stay on my mind?
No, I'm serious. Is it really love? Because the thing
No, it's
is
not. Love is in quotes.
it's I think that's where a lot of people get it messed up. Like the simple fact that you have guys that are sending women that they met on Instagram plane tickets to come to their city who they don't know, who they don't have a relationship with. Like personally for me, I'm not getting on anybody's panel or anybody's channel or whatever the case may be, meeting someone offline, and then all of a sudden I'm getting on a plane and I'm going to see them. Have I met people that I've dated online? Yes, I have. And I can tell you right now, before I even thought about flying anywhere or them flying anywhere, there were months long of conversation. Like really getting to know someone, because the truth is you can't trust anyone online, not really, not
No,
really, not at all.
no, no.
It's
Mhm.
and even if you take your time to get to know someone, there's no guarantee that they're not playing the long game and the long con with you and have some kind of illicit duplicitous, whatever the case may be. So the simple fact that this woman was willing to accept this plane ticket and said, "Yeah, I'm just going to take the free trip," and whoop de woo, the truth is that could be something bad for her as
Yeah.
well. It could go bad for both people because it could be, well, this woman, I sent her a plane ticket and she told me that she was coming here and I was paying her to do this and I was paying her to do that and she robbed me and she did this and she did that. Like it could go either way. So it just
Hmm.
goes to show you like how comfortable people have gotten with using social media to screw people over.
Yeah. In more ways than one. I'm gonna say something where men need to wake up to this fact where if you're paying for flight, hotel, and then intimacy happens later, she claims she felt pressured. Um, you if she claims she felt pressured and then she crossed state lines with the potential, basically, you have the potential for federal charges on the table, and that could be life changing. So that's why I said the whole Diddy thing really, if him not getting caught for the RICO, okay, whatever. But this Mann Act situation and what he was doing, um, it's kind of setting a precedence for other men, regular men. So your person could switch up on you and say, yeah, it wasn't this, it was that, and then now you hauled off. They gonna have you caught up. I mean, that's the real reason why I was bringing this topic up, because I'm just saying, like, men need to just be more mindful of these situations. They don't always turn out great, and someone can come up later and just be like, "Hey, it wasn't like I felt pressure, this and that," and then you got to charge.
But see, this is the thing. If it was all about you hooking up with somebody, you can't find nobody in your own city to do that with.
That part, that part,
Like
that
you
part.
if you're on Instagram, you don't need to be dating girls outside of your state. You could be dating girls inside your state. I'm sure there's plenty of people around. So you got to ask yourself, what was the purpose of him wanting to bring someone from out of town? Like when you're looking at everything that's happening even down in Texas. And I'm gonna tell
Ooh,
you something right now. When I'm looking at what's going on in Texas, I am so grateful I am not single, and I am so grateful I ain't had nothing to do with or dealing with anybody down there in quite some time, because it's becoming a hotbed for all kinds of VDSTI, all kinds of weird stuff. The big house in Virginia, people running around passing all kinds of stuff on people and doing all kinds of things. And what we're hearing is a lot of these people are dating people from out of the state intentionally. They are
that's
dating people from out of the state intentionally, knowing that they ain't all the way legit, knowing that they ain't cool, and they're doing this so that they can trick people into having relations with them without anybody able being able to find out what they really got going on.
yeah,
A lot of that is happening right now. So when I
yeah,
hear about a guy saying that he wants to fly a girl across state lines just for the purpose so that they can kick it and get a hotel room and do this and do that, what it's saying to me is he done burned himself out in the area that he's in, and nobody's really dealing with him or trying to mess with him. So he has to fly people in. He has to bring people in. See, that's the first thing that I heard. And I'm like, oh, this is a burnout. This is a
yeah,
burnout looking for,
yeah.
okay.
Looking for it. looking for his next victim. I know
And
somebody who I know somebody who, not to cut you off, I know somebody
no.
who was trying to expose or bust someone out on YouTube for, nudes and stuff, but there's a documented history of this person doing the exact same thing, just thirsty on Instagram, reaching out to any and everybody who will get his man some attention. And yeah, it's number one. It's, to me, it's thirsty and it's desperate, and it's, yeah, you burned yourself out in your area, or maybe everybody on the T app that gave you red flags. I don't know.
See, this
Uh,
is the thing. And we have someone back in here. Kelvin, do yourself a favor. Please behave yourself today.
what was that?
Um, it's not about wanting
Oh,
variety.
oh,
It's not
okay.
about wanting variety. It's that kind of attitude that encourages people to try to emulate the diddler and his actions and his movement. And guess what? That's not very wise to do if you can't afford to hire a Mark Agnafilo, if you can't afford to hire, the kind of attorneys that he has. Because the only reason he's really getting away with this, or as much as he's gotten away with, is because of his legal eagle dream team that he hired. Your average man cannot afford that, will not be able to afford that. So running around selling the idea that, oh yeah, Diddy got away with it, we can all get away with it. Or Diddy did it, so why can't we do it? And
This is why I'm doing this video. It's like, no, Diddy didn't get away with it, and
not at all.
men need to protect themselves. If anything, my advice is just, meet locally first. If anything, never make the fly out the first meeting.
Number one,
Document your consent if you're
number
gonna do
one,
all that.
you shouldn't be wanting to get on no plane or fly nobody out that you're not in an actual committed relationship with. And I think that's a big part of the problem. People are looking at, intimacy with other adults as recreation, and it's really not supposed to be that. It was never really meant to be that. You shouldn't be
It, it's
using people for recreation,
it's
period.
it's well, you shouldn't. It's really about connection. But see, nowadays, um, and that's a whole nother topic we can talk about. Everybody shouldn't have access to you. Everybody shouldn't say, "Oh, I've connected with that person," because you cheapen your power. I sent you something about Billy Carson did. Shout out to Billy Carson, and he talked about, you know the connection. Some people have copper connections, and copper isn't as strong of as a connection or conductor of energy versus gold. So, your dating could be freaking uh copper, and we all know, copper is good. It's a great conductor, but it's cheap. Or you could be gold, meaning, your connectivity and who you connected with, all, pertinent and real great connections. So, your dating life is either going to be copper or gold. I'll say it like that. And dating, and I hate that term dating. You know why? Because prosties date. Prosties go on dates. That's why I said I'll court. You know what I'm saying? But prosta goes on dates. Dating really just translates to that in my thing. Yeah, it's about the connection. And that's what's missing. A lot of people are just uh not trying to connect. So men are trying to get laid, women are trying to get paid. So somebody's bound to get laid. Shout out to Razzcast. That's my G. Um, that's the reality of things now. And you're right.
Well,
They're not looking for connections. They're looking just to
yeah, but they are
recreation.
getting all kinds of connections, and they're getting all the worst connections, because people don't realize that every time you get involved with someone, you're consuming their intentions in life. You're consuming their energy in life. All of this stuff is coming into you. And see, this is the problem with the sexual, of the sexual revolution, and people saying, "Oh, I own my body, and I can do what I want to do, and I can have whatever experience I want to have." That was pushed on our generation very, very, very heavy. not needing to be in a fulfilling relationship, not needing to be in a committed relationship, being able to just, treat your personal life like Baskin Robbins, and you can have every flavor. But what they don't tell you is that every flavor comes along with a different headache. It comes along with a different problem. It comes along with different karma. Women, we are receptors. Men, y'all push the energy out. We women, we receive it. And for those of us that are in heterosexual relationships, no one's talking about all of the karmic imbalance and retribution we've really issued out into the world with behaving this way. And now here we are. You get on an app. You're sitting there consorting with people you don't know. For all you know, that's not even a real person. For all you know, the person that sent you that plane ticket is a police officer trying to, hype you up. You have no idea who you're dealing with. Exactly. Every flavor has a different aftertaste, but you're stuck with it.
Ugh.
You've consumed
I,
it.
my mind went somewhere else when
Yeah,
I
I
saw
know. I'm sure. But
it.
my thing is look at everything that we're choosing. And so now this guy, he spent this money and this woman got a free trip. The problem is this. The man bought the ticket. Now, see, this is where my mind goes because I know exactly how real and how weird this world can get. This man bought your ticket. You got on the flight that he paid for, which means he knows when you get town, to his city, a place that you're not from. He's already been on your social media. He's probably been through your whole page. He knows exactly what you look like. He has the ability to look and see what restaurants you like to eat at, what's your favorite this, what's your favorite that. He gets to follow you. Now, see what happens if that woman takes that ticket and she never makes it home. What happens? Who are they going to question? She made it very clear. She posted it on her social media. This fool sent me this ticket. I blocked his phone number and I'm going to go and have me a good time. She's already given him an alibi. This is how people come up missing all the time. This is how people end up floating in something or being found in a park or something like this all the time. She thought she was busy being clever and didn't realize that happens so often. So often. So, when I see a post like that, it's like, I'm like, how don't people see how dangerous this is? How don't people see the danger? How don't people see the harm? And it really all comes down to self-respect. Because the truth is, if you wanted to go, like if you really, 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 really want to go and visit the city, then buy your own ticket.
Yeah,
Set up your own hotel room.
yeah. That's the
Do all of
safest
these
thing to
things.
do anyway.
Yeah, that's that. I don't understand, but there's a lot of dangerous behavior that's being passed around. And not to go too far off the topic, but I was just looking at a post. There's this OnlyFans model that just passed away, 24 years old,
From
BBL
what?
complications.
Oh man, that's sad.
Yeah, well, I
That's sad.
mean, they're all, she's 24 years old. Apparently, this BBL, it's a whole community, it's a whole thing. And she's a BBL model. And so she upticking and getting it bigger and getting it this and getting it that. And boom, now she caught an embolism. Blood clot took her out
Mhm, mhm.
from the surgery at 24 years old. And my thing is wh- when people are online and, oh, she was such a wonderful person and she had so much to offer and so much to give. Well, apparently she didn't believe that, because if she did, she wouldn't have needed all of the surgeries.
Yeah, And they're getting all this from they call it whole talk 304 talk, right? Like TikTok for the
Yeah,
304s.
yeah.
And that's a thing. That's sad. We've denigrated down to that type of culture, and it's like acceptable. You get what I'm saying? And yeah, prayers to her, because that's you suffer doing all that. I feel bad. I feel bad. I mean, overall, I'm gonna
24
wrap
years
it.
old.
I'm gonna wrap it. Well, I'm not gonna wrap this situation, but I just want to talk about something else too.
Yeah.
But the takeaway that I got from this is, number one, the Mann Act isn't going anywhere. After the Diddy case, the spotlight on just wealthy men or just perceived wealthy men is brighter than usual. So just protect your meat. Protect your meat, meaning your money, your energy, your attention, and your time. You can't just give your money, attention, energy, and time to anybody. And women, and men too, for the most part, but women definitely got to vibrate at this frequency. This is the 528 frequency. This is a tuning fork. This is a love. This is love frequency. Um, and you got to love yourself before you can love anything else. You get what I'm saying? I'm not going to end it there. I just wanted to throw that out there because that's what we're talking about. I put that thumbnail up purposefully and all that to get the attention, and you know yeah, everybody invest in a tuning fork. This is 528 love
You want to know
frequency.
what? You want to know what trapped me up though? What really, really traps me and trips me up? I look at your thumbnail, and the first thing that I see is not what everybody else is looking at. How many people's lives are going to be ruined because they were invested in a post like that? Like, we really are so caught up in what we see that we don't think about the harm or the danger in any way, shape, or form. Like, there's so many things. What did my aunties and them always used to say when we were growing up? Usually, what's good to you ain't good for you. Everything that glitters ain't gold. Stuff like that. We don't really think about that. And I'm just sitting here looking like all of this social media has become literally like the biggest thirst trap in the world to catch people off guard and to ruin your life.
Speaking of ruining lives, let me transition to this topic. Because you went in on Trasha. I'd and it's in the same vein conversationally, because not Bishop Don Juan, who was it? Pimpin' Ken. Pimpin' Ken went on in his social media the other day because he brought up the fact that Tasha K brought on someone and was trying to defame him, and I believe Bishop, that Don Juan, and saying that this guy is still pimping. And well, this is what Tasha K was saying, but the person that Tasha K brought on, or Trasha K brought on, wasn't mentioning those names or nothing like that. And this is why I was bringing up the Mann Act and all that too, because um, if a pimp picks up a woman or whatever, and the woman is overage, or not a minor, and it's kind of like, okay, they're both doing something wrong, but mentioning doing something to a minor, there's no statute of limitations to that. So I think Pimpin' Ken was basically just trying to say that Trasha K was trying to get him caught up by bringing up old uh, interviews of people, and they're not really saying this person did whatever, but the implication that Trash is doing to these interviews into say, with their sayings, it's kind of like, oh, okay, it could be taken any old kind of way. So Trash is maybe like lining certain people up. And I think this is what's going on. Something's going to go down with her. So it's like she's like, look, you ain't hold up your end of the bargain. Um, because if you look at No Jumper, you look at certain Vlad, certain people, you can kind of tell who's a lineup. There's one guy, I think it was
I
Exact
mean,
TV.
honestly,
He
that
was
whole wife
Yep.
swapping business that Whack 100 and Adam 22 had going on, that could loosely fall under the Mann Act as well.
Well, we have to look into that. They're all, I guess they're all performers. So I guess if they're doing it for performance, then that's a whole different situation. So Whack 100's wife, that's cool. Somebody said she looked like one of the Pointer Sisters. I was dying. They said she looked like one of the Pointer Sisters. And then the Armenian chick that's married to Adam, they're performers. So I guess if you're performing, then it's different. And that's what Diddy is trying to get away with too. He's trying to say this was a performance. I was directing. Like he's trying to run with that. Like I'm not. I wasn't a trick, and I wasn't or I wasn't a John. Or I didn't pay for. I was paying for performances. But what I was also saying about the trashy situation is like, and I don't condone or I don't condone pimping Ken or whatever. I mean, he's a grown man. He's responsible for his own thing. He said he's out of that life, and he's out of that life. Okay. He said I ain't got no picture with no woman, no none of that. But it's looking like that's what he's saying. It's looking like you trying to set me up, type of. Um, yeah, yeah, yeah. What do you think of that? Because I know you were going in on Trasher just about the whole setup stuff. What
Well,
up,
I mean,
James Brown?
I'm starting to believe that I'm starting to believe that she's trying to, like, she might be working off a quota, working off her own problems. Um Because the truth is that she's committed so many crimes online. I don't even understand how she's getting away with it. And then considering that she seems to have inside knowledge as to whose phones the feds are tapping and who they
Mhm,
listening to and all of that. I don't know.
mhm.
Maybe that's what she's just doing now. Maybe her whole job is to sit online and try to find a way to create cases on people to keep herself out on the street so that she can keep hustling, and hopefully maybe one day she'll finally be able to pay Cardi B off. Who knows?
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
just looking real it's looking real disgusting. And like, even when somebody had sent me a clip of something that she said where now she has a tip line that she's putting in her chats, talking about if you got any information on a story that we're talking on, hit my tip line and we'll be
Yeah,
back to you. Like, you're operating like you're working for the cops. Like, you're working for these people. That's how you're operating. You're not a content creator. You've somehow turned into a full-on CI.
yeah. That's what it's looking like. That's what it's looking like. Like I said, and this happened, but right before they tried to cover up the stuff that you were talking about last night. The day prior, Pimp and Ken came out and was saying, and I was like, oh, this is not good. Like it does look like what he's saying. Now, like I said, I don't know what that man does. I don't know if he's whatever, but he said he ain't in that life, and I believe him. But that trasher chick looks like, oh, okay, you that's what you do. You set up. It's like you're setting up stuff. It's interesting, very interesting.
Yeah, I mean, but it
And a
seems like
tip
that's what the
line
whole
says a lot.
a tip line definitely says a
That
lot.
says a lot. What is she into? Investigative journalist? Is she into the crime? I don't know. True crime? I don't know.
I don't understand how. Um I don't understand how somebody like her could call herself an investigative journalist. And anyway, what she does is she deals in filth. She deals in trash. She deals in gossip. She deals in disgruntled employees. She deals in, she doesn't help anybody. Nothing that she does is to help anyone. The only thing it does is help people into more problems, help people into more beef,
Yeah.
help people
Yeah.
into a case.
Yeah.
I mean, for crying
Yeah.
out loud, when they put out that weirdo Crime Stoppers thing about me saying that I did something that I didn't do, had a whole accomplice, someone who I never met and didn't know. All of that started from her, and she was pushing it around on Facebook like it
Yeah.
was real, like
Like it
she
was
was a
real.
real government agency.
Well, all that needs to be investigated because it seems like she's got it in for you, and she has a vested interest in making you a storyline. So all that definitely was set up with accomplices of hers who have ties to law enforcement and bond and bail bonds companies and stuff like that. Because yeah, it's easy for a person like her to try to just create havoc and chaos for your life, and then she benefits off of it financially because she yeah, yeah,
You know, want to know what I don't understand? How everyone was running around bragging about how they got paid for this and how they got paid for that, when the truth is, if you research how Crime Stoppers tip lines work, no one gets paid until there's an actual conviction. They get your information, they keep your information, and then when that person is actually convicted of that crime, that's when people get paid. So I don't understand how content creators were running around talking about, oh yeah, we found Jag and we no, what it sounds like is that y'all hired a bounty. You put a bounty out on my head illegally.
yeah, yeah.
That's what it sounds like.
All,
And we're gonna
all, no, I was about to say all these things will be investigated. Go ahead.
no, but there's a lot going on with a lot of craziness that happens here. Um, just online and on social media. But the other thing is, and welcome to all of the haters and all of the trolls that seem to show up here every time we go live. God bless you all.
All the
Make sure you're
trolls in the
liking.
house.
Oh yeah,
They've been trying to troll me on IG of all places. Some of your old mods trying to troll me.
you want to know what's interesting? Apparently, there's a lot of craziness going on over on TikTok too. People are trying to suppress my videos. People are trying to do more negative content about me. Like, it's wild. I don't even be over there. I don't even be over there. It seems like anywhere where Jaguar Wright is loved and respected and revered in any way, that's where the haters show up. It must be disgusting. Like, what kind of life is it to literally wake up every day and go to bed every night, and your only intent is to stalk and harass someone who doesn't even know who you are, who's not even thinking about you?
Weird, weird, just weird.
But we ain't gonna spend too much time. We're not going to spend too much time worrying about that. All I
No.
asked is, we have over 120 people in the room. Can y'all please at least make sure that the likes match the views? We're about 50 likes short of where we should be. So
Oh yeah, yeah.
please,
Hit the like button, y'all,
like,
please.
like, like. Um,
Oh, this is perfect. I gotta go check this out. Shout out to Dr. T. Hassan Johnson. Go check out his channel because I did want to talk about this. Well, Dr. T, he's a very. I'm always gonna promote the intelligent brothers, and Dr. Johnson is a doctor, a doctor for, and he talks about a plethora of things. He's talking about the hidden lie, too many black relationships, the hidden lie of too many black relationships. Shakari Richardson, or Shakari versus Christian, Shakari Richardson versus Christian Coleman.
hmm,
Let me speak. Let's talk about this real brief because I know you had some stuff to say, and this is according to
yeah.
the New York Post. Shakari Richardson shoves boyfriend multiple times before domestic violence arrests in his airport footage. So surveillance provided video provided a new insight into the incident between the two sprinters, Christian Coleman and Shakari Richardson. that resulted in police arresting Richardson last month. So the video was obtained by TMZ,
Hmm.
TMZ, from
So shocked
a
there.
Seattle, Washington, the Seattle Tacoma International Airport, and it showed the volatile moments when Shakari Richardson, shoved Christian Coleman several times. The video shows Richardson angry, but uh, Coleman walked away. He continued to walk away, but Richardson kept on, going at him, trying to engage him um, before she shoved him into the wall.
Now,
After
before we
after he attempted to walk away for the second time, she
right.
forcefully shoved him again for the second time behind a pillar. And this is all on video.
And let's just be clear. I just want to go over some of the little personal facts and deets when it comes to Shakari Richardson. Shakari Richardson is 25 years old. Okay. She was born March 25th, 2000. She's literally only 25 years old. Okay. She's 5'1". She's 5'1". Now, clearly, she's very strong,
He's a
but she's
midget.
5'1". This is a little teeny little thing. Okay. Her college team, she went to LSU. She was one of the Lady Tigers. And then she turned pro 2019. She was coached by Dennis Mitchell. Now, this is a girl who is all sports. It's clear. I mean, she's won all kinds of things, all kinds of awards. 2020 Summer Olympics. She won the 100-meter dash from Dallas, Texas. This girl, outdoor sports, track and field. But this is what I'm learning though. And I think a lot of people don't talk about it because see, when I saw it, I saw something that maybe everyone else wasn't looking at. A lot of these people, they they're involved using steroids, um, performance enhancements and stuff like that. And when you are like a full on like athlete all the time, like I know so many track stars who use that cream, the cream that has the hormones and stuff in it and stuff like that. And when you're ingesting all of these things, it can make you a very aggressive person. Um, you can be easily triggered if you have any PTSD. And her mother passed away. So who knows whether or not she's doing okay with that, she always has the extra hair color and then there's a lot going on there. And it says here in 2021, Shakari Richardson stated that she has a girlfriend. She gave a tweet to shout out the LGBTQ community immediately after her win in June 2021. Richardson identifies as bisexual, bisexual. Okay. In 2025, she was rumored to be dating a fellow sprinter, Christian Coleman, and whoop de woo. And now here we are. Now, this is the thing. This isn't the first time I've heard about her turning up. This isn't the first time I've heard about her being off the guardrails. Matter of fact, I believe at one point in time she was suspended for testing for using cannabis while she was, in competition. And even though cannabis is legal in most states now in the United States, you're not supposed to be using it when you're, you know, performing as an athlete and it's your professional job. So it's like this is a person who seems to be struggling with a lot of things in life. She seems to be struggling with dealing with authority. She seems to be struggling with her own personal self identity. You know, she came out in 2021. She was dating a woman. Now she's dating a man. And, I've heard a bunch of different male content creators. Like, I heard, one male content creator say that the reason why she did what she did to this boy is because she doesn't respect him. The reason why she did what she did to this boy is because she's probably cheating on him. The reason why she did what she did to this boy is because, she sees him as a punk, a BAN. And she wanted everybody else to know that he was just as big a BAN, and she feels about him, and this, that, and the third. And then I look at the young man, and he's sitting there begging the world to give her grace, begging the world, you know, heralding himself as a Christian, and begging the world to give her grace. And then the first thing that people say is, oh, well, what did he do? What did he do?
Mm,
And whoop de whoop, and yada, 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 and so on and so forth. You know, when I think about everything that we've watched Simone Biles go through, another
mhm.
Texas athlete, and we were sitting there watching her compete in the middle of having a nervous breakdown. And she was still competing. She should have never been allowed to compete. They knew she was fragile. They knew she wasn't all the way together. She should have never been competing. Never. And Shabbat Shalom to you. She should have never been competing. So here we are. We got this little teeny girl pushing the hell out of a guy who's considerably much taller than her, much bigger than her, and at any point in time could have turned around and laid her out. And if he had have done that, he'd have been the one in jail for sure. She wouldn't have had to press charges.
It would
The
have been a
state would have pressed
straight, you go to
charges.
jail, don't pass go, don't collect 200.
Exactly. So now that we have all of that out, let's have the conversation. I just wanted to get these details out there before we got to talking.
Yeah. Again, shout out to Dr. Tia San Johnson. I'm gonna have to go check that video out because he's saying the hidden, what did he say? The hidden lie of too many black relationships. I'm gonna keep it a buck. I'm not gonna put them out there though, but I know I have a bunch of people who are older than me and they're very successful relationships, and they've confided with me and stuff happen. It's not always what it seems. People be fighting, and it don't be the man hitting the woman. It be the woman sometimes. And, man, I'm telling you, it's relationships are a challenge. Number one. Um, so maybe Dr. Johnson is going to go in on that aspect of it, where the domestic, what do you call it, intimate partner violence, because that's what this sounds like. Dude doesn't seem like he's an abuser, and he just you know knows how to restrain himself, and bravo to him. If someone continues to hit you, you walk away, or you gonna fly him, get out of my way, fly him out of your orbit. And he seems like he has constraint. He has the emotional intelligence to not, get all, go pookie on her, because the average Negro would just, you already know, hey, you pop you upside your head. That's pretty much what will happen. But it takes a lot for a man not to even, react like that. You get what I'm saying?
It
Um,
takes a whole lot for a man to be able to react like that. And I don't think that people are really paying attention. And I've heard a lot of people say a lot of things about that young man, but I have not heard him get enough respect. And salute to him for maintaining his self control. Salute to him. He shouldn't be being called a punk. He shouldn't be being called a this or a
mm-mm,
that, because the truth
mm-mm.
is, he showed so much compassion in that moment. So much
Yeah.
compassion. Like,
The thing, the thing is she's the type of a woman that will take advantage of the system, because, like I said, to be honest, she shouldn't have. She should keep her hands to herself, like someone said in the chat. But I do give her grace, because it's like, yeah, she may have been going through some stuff or whatever.
no,
If he ain't
I don't
tripping
think
on
she
her,
needs grace. I think what she needs is a wake up call.
well, I give her. Well, hopefully this is the wake up call. But I give her grace, and I think
I don't think so, because
her
I've heard
aunties need
other
to
stories.
her
I've heard
aunties
other
need to pull her
stories.
to the side. Her aunties need to pull her to the side and just be like, "Yo, you tripping?"
Yeah,
Um,
but they should have been did this because this isn't
yeah,
anything new. And this is what I keep trying to say. Like, let's get into it. She's a female athlete. 9 times out of 10, she's probably using some kind of performance. Allegedly, she might be. It's a possibility,
we
in
don't
my
know, but
opinion.
yeah,
She
yeah.
could be using some kind of performance enhancement substances. We already know that she's been caught, with cannabis. I've heard word on the street from Dallas that she pops other things and does
Mm,
other things.
mm,
Um, I think, in my opinion, this is an emotionally unstable person, period. I think her running is an outlet for her. And I think when she's not on that track, when she's not doing track and field, she's a disaster in everything else. That's what I personally think. That's my opinion. I'm not saying that it's real. I'm not saying that it's true. Everything that I'm saying is alleged, literally, just my opinion. But she has a lot of stuff. Her mother passed away while she was competing. I don't know if she was there, she was able to be there. For some people, the loss of a parent is very, very, very dramatic. And then after that, next thing you know, she comes out the closet. She's with this woman. Then I guess they broke up because now she's with a man. She doesn't seem, yeah, it's screaming therapy. It's screaming therapy. It's screaming. It sounds like she needs to stop dealing with people. She needs to stop being in relationships, to sit down with a counselor, to take some time for herself, because in the midst of all of these personal upheavals, you're not seeing her taking any breaks. You're not seeing her deal with her. She just keeps moving on. And I think when I'm sitting there, the more I think about his statement that he made, the way he kept profusely trying to, you never know what people are going through, and she's, she's going through a lot, and I'm a good Christian person, and I don't want to see her hurt behind this. Like, the simple fact that he was so adamant about her not being reprimanded by the law, to me, it screams there's a lot of greater emotional issues, a lot of greater emotional issues. And we have a lot of athletes that suffer in silence, and they just keep performing and they keep performing and they keep performing. And like I said, we watched Simone Biles literally have a nervous breakdown in the middle of the Olympics. So, you know, I I don't want to make her a bad person. And I'm not saying that she's a great person. I'm saying I think
hold,
there's a much
hold on.
greater issue there.
Whoever this Tommy Tyner is, who I don't know who you're referring to. I'm gonna remove your comment. You got to chill out with the language though, for real.
What?
Um, I don't know. What's up, Archangel Michael? Um, I've been missing his lives. He's been live at 7 a.m. I'm supposed to be there, man. Y'all go definitely tap in and this Archangel Michael channel. Go check it out. And look, y'all hit the like button. You know, we're here. We're here and we're clear. Let's y'all hit the like button, please. Hit the like
Apparently,
button.
we have a lot of spectators and a lot of trolls. It's so funny. The trolls, they seem to not know what to do with themselves anymore. They seem to be having a hard time trying to find engagement in
They're
something.
they're they're my sons. Go to your room. They're trying to get my attention. Go to your room.
Mm,
I told you one of your
you claiming
old
them?
one. I'm not claiming them. I'm saying they're like my sons. Go to your room.
Mm,
Go to your goddamn room.
I got a
Trying to
better
get
idea.
my
Go to
attention.
hell.
Go to hell. Yeah,
Shabbat
you can go to hell.
shalom.
You can go to hell today.
Shabbat
Um,
shalom.
I was gonna bring up this because let me transition. It's funny that
No, but what do you think
yeah,
about all of this? Because now, because like there's a couple of things before we get away from this, because a lot of people are making a big deal about this situation. And my biggest problem with it is that it's on TMZ.
yeah. Well, that's why I was going with it. So what's your question? Because this is why I was going with it. But what's your question?
No, take it there.
All right. every time I see Shakari Richardson's name in the news, it's for the most part it's something bad. Like I saw her name initially, like okay, who's this woman? She's a sprinter, and then she's representing America. Then I saw something about her beefing with the Jamaican sprinters, and then her getting disqualified for the Olympics. And it's like it's a negative campaign. Everything is negative. Like no one talks about any of her charities or nonprofit, anything she's done good. I don't see that. And
Does
I'm
she
saying
have
this
any of
because,
those things?
well, I don't know. Listen, I'm saying I think they all have their time. Like for a minute, Tiffany Haddish. She it was just negative, disagreeable stories on her. Even TMZ talked about the fact that she was at a light sleep, allegedly drunk or whatever, blah blah blah, in Beverly Hills. But I just saw something today, oh no, yesterday, of Tiffany Haddish and her food grocery program. She's a founder of a nonprofit, and they buy groceries. She was at the SK in what city? It was a SK Super King Market in one of these cities in California. God, I can't remember the city, but it was all positive. It was just like, hey, Tiffany Haddish is doing this. But, a year or two prior, it was all bad. You see Tiffany Haddish in the news and her name looked like it's like the media has their person they want to pick on. In my opinion, I'm talking about black entertainers, black
You want to know what I
celebrities.
find funny? They was talking cash money crap about her all up until she said she wasn't dating black men no more. And in the second that she said she wasn't dating black men no more, all of a sudden they want to do positive press.
Dang, that's something to think about. Wow. That's something to think about. And I saw her the day before the Jason Lee stuff came, because it's a Jason Lee scandal all of a sudden. I see Jason Lee is the what is he? Is he city manager or he's vice mayor for
He's
the
vice
city of
mayor.
Stockton?
Mm-hmm.
Now, y'all don't get it twisted. Just because you're vice mayor, you're mayor, you still have to answer to like city managers and supervisors. You're not like the boss. You're not like the king. So if you do something like what they're alleging that Jason Lee did, where he took $50,000 of the city's money to what is it, book something with Wildin' Out. You can get in
Understand
tr-
this.
you
Let's
can get in
be
trouble
very
for that.
clear. No, hold on. Let's be very clear. And let's just check a couple of things out. Let's Google something. Because I want to Google something real
Go
fast.
ahead.
Who owns Wild and Out?
It's called Nick Cannon's Incredible, right? I can tell you that.
I just want to be very clear on this. Yes, it's Nick Cannon who owns Wild and Out.
Yeah.
Okay.
Speaking of,
So,
I need to reach out to my folks, Pep. That he still works with Nick. I need to ask some questions. Go ahead.
okay. So basically, if I got all of the deets right, because I listened to some of the news, you know, clips about all of this. And you know what? You guys are being really ridiculous. We got 200, over 200 people here, and we
Oh,
ain't got
y'all hit the
150
like
likes.
button,
Like, y'all are
please. Well,
tripping.
no, I'm dead ass. I'm gonna shut it down anyway. Before you got on, Lonzo reached. I gotta answer to the OG. So, if I don't, come on, hit the like button. I'll go a few more minutes if need be. But y'all don't hit the like button, I'm out of here. And I know Jag, you can go. You got
No,
better things you could be doing.
no, I got some research to do. I got some other things to check out. But I mean, it's been a minute. The channel was gone for like 3 weeks. We got to spend some time over here. And this is your conversation. So we over here doing what we doing. But please, people, stop acting crazy. We need at least 75 more likes. Like y'all really are doing too much. the like strike.
No, I go where I'm appreciated, not where I'm tolerated. I ain't going for this disrespect. Y'all hit the like button. It ain't like I'm asking y'all for money. Uh, like some content creators, some, you know, y'all gotta pay me. Give me some money. Hit the cash app. I don't want all
Late
that.
night pasta was awesome. It was amazing. Thanks for asking. But okay,
Okay. All right. Somebody's
I have
gonna
no
let me.
idea who this person
No,
is.
he didn't. I don't care.
Okay.
Weirdos.
No, no, no. This is just somebody that's looking to have something to say because they want to harass me. I don't know why. But see, this is why we have a members only platform over on the Jaguar Right Effect, and only members can speak. Because let's just be clear, that's the only reason you people are here. You're here because it's all wide open.
Thank you,
AACG,
ACG. Yes.
West Side. No,
South
but
Philly in the building. Somebody said the beast, Blazavilli the beast. Auntie Leah, appreciate you. Always
yes.
coming through. I gotta edit this video because on the second channel, I'm bringing some totally different content. I think you guys are gonna like it. So I may have that up tonight or tomorrow. Oh, and then also tomorrow on the Jaguar Wright show. And you want to run it on the effect too. We're gonna do what a 8 hour live, or I'm sorry, 8 hour loop of the
A
Demore Hadley,
marathon,
just
yes, of the
marathon of the yeah,
DeMarais Hadley marathon.
yeah, yeah.
Um, for the DeMarais Hadley story for defending your freedom series. We're gonna be doing that tomorrow. But
So go ahead.
anyway, where were we before we got distracted? Because that's their whole purpose for showing up in the chat, is to distract us from what we're saying.
I know, I know,
Um,
I know. But we were talking. I was talking about Tiffany Haddish.
oh,
I was talking about the Jason Lee
we were talking
situation.
about wilding out. That's what we
Wilding
were
out.
talking about. The Hadleys are holding up great. They're hanging in there tough. They're getting battered. Please keep them in your prayers, and just send your invisible support, whatever
Thank
that may
you,
be.
Archangel Michael. Appreciate you.
Thanks, Michael. But
Appreciate you.
anywho's in. So Nick Cannon owns the franchise, right?
Yep.
Apparently, they booked a Wildin' Out concert show for the city of Stockton. And I guess it was supposed to be to, I don't know, tourism, or to promote the city in some way, to create some kind of, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Last time I checked, Nick Cannon is a multimillionaire and has been for quite some time.
Thank
Welcome,
you,
welcome,
Michaela.
Michaela.
Thank you.
And has been for quite some time. So this is his franchise. If you bring a show, if your franchise brings a show to an area and it doesn't do well, the bad look is on the company,
Yeah.
not on the city. It's not on the city at all. So if we're looking at, like, for instance, right now, J Lo she's got a show coming up in Vegas, and ain't nobody buying the tickets. The tickets ain't selling. Show's crashing through the floor. Is that a bad look for J Lo and the production company that's doing it, or is it a bad look for Las Vegas? Like, you don't see anyone from the mayor's office saying, "Hey, we need to go into our emergency fund and we need to buy as many tickets as possible for the J Lo show because it's going to look bad for Las Vegas if the J Lo show doesn't do well." Because essentially, I think that's kind of the argument that um, Jason Lee is using for why he went into city funds to save a show that's not owned by the city and has nothing to do with the city in any way. And for me, it's like, okay, is this the situation where, okay, you're vice mayor, you made promises, you said you were going to bring this, you were going to bring that, you were going to do this, you were going to do that. You made all kinds of assertions. It didn't go that way. The show wasn't looking well. For whatever reason, however you promoted it or didn't promote it, it sounds like he was more interested in saving face for himself than he was for the city or for the franchise. That's what it sounds like to me. It sounds like there was a lot of promises made, um, and he found a little loophole where he could use city funds to save face. And now here he is. Hey, Teresa.
Teresa Singh, appreciate you.
And now here he
Appreciate you.
is, and he's in the middle of an investigation. And the truth is, he should be investigated. He should most definitely be investigated. When he was running to get the job that he got, he was supposed to be bringing all of these opportunities and all of this stuff and everything for the LGBTQ community. For all, I mean, there's a lot of LGBTQ people that are from Stockton that are now living in LA that are all YouTubers that are all involved in social media and stuff like this. So I guess he's kind of like the uncle of that, and that's what he was supposed to be doing. And it's just, I don't know. To me, it seems janky. To me, it seems like he was doing too much. To me, it seems like he made some promises that he couldn't keep. And now they got him with his hand in the cookie jar. And you can't be running around holding public office and doing stuff like this. You just can't.
Yeah.
You can't. There are too many people. I remember when Camden had their first Puerto Rican mayor and their last. It was a mess. It was all kinds of corrupt. It was all kinds of this. He robbed the education budget so bad, and he was using it all for street pharmacy stuff and all this other stuff. And I was surprised when he was elected because I remember him. I remember the pharmaceutical dealers that he worked for back in the 80s.
Wow.
My
Wow.
ex, my ex used to bodyguard him when he would go and do collections and be doing all of his stuff. So like I knew this guy was dirty, but they put him in office as the mayor. And he ran through that budget. He ran through that budget, and then the crime went through the roof. And now, ever since then, Camden, the city of Camden, don't even have their own cops anymore. It's all being policed by the state police.
Wow.
That's the only reason Admiral Wilson Boulevard got cleaned up because they had to bring the stadies in. So I'm just like, when you got people that come from certain backgrounds who had like certain stuff going on, and I'm looking at the way people are looking at it, and I'm just like, if you were worried about the show not doing well, then why didn't you call your buddy Nick Cannon and ask him to come and help you promote it? Like, this is his franchise.
I think there's different approached it. I got to look more into it, but I already know when it comes to corruption, and especially on the city council level and stuff like that. Oh man, you can't play with that stuff. You better keep your nose clean. And number one, because you don't know who's snitching, but just be righteous with your business in general. And your intentions need to be, on point. Because then you'll last longer as far as whatever position you have within the city. So
If you care
yeah,
about the city.
I mean, well, ultimately we should, but I know most people is about lining their pockets. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, that's what it's just kind of looking like. Entertainment shows and all of that stuff and city tourism. Yes, it's important because it brings people to the city, it brings people to the area, but you shouldn't be using emergency funds that are meant to help protect the city in case of, you know, a lawsuit, or let's just say that, someone got hit by a city bus. You might need to use that money from their budget to do this, not for a comedy show. But once
Well,
again, like you were saying, looking at how they moving everything around because that whole post with him and Tiffany Haddish.
that's what I was about to get to. Yeah. Like, what was up with that? Is he really? Or do they have a baby? Like, I was shocked. I was like, I don't know. I was confused.
My thing is all of that stems from a joke that was on the show. I find it interesting that his Hollywood Unlocked award show, apparently she was just let go of. It was her last year. Um, they're putting her through the public humiliation. Then all of a sudden she's not dating black men anymore. They're saying positive things about her, and now they're doing this whole thing, and it all looked AI to me. It did. It all looked AI to me because the truth is, if she was having a baby, regardless of who it was, I think the whole world would have known about it. I think the whole world would have known about it. But it just goes to show you how people are willing to use this and willing to use that to look people away. Like there's another
Mhm.
situation that's going on right now, and I'm not gonna speak on it, but it kind of bothered me. It got up under my skin because I hate when people use someone else's real situation as a smokescreen to cover up what they don't want people looking at that's happening in the backdrop of their life. And like to me, it was cheesy. It's all cheesy, but this is how a lot of people roll. And me and Tiffany Haddish, we met, we had, some engagement. There was, an attempt at a friendship there, but I don't uh you know, I'm still trying to understand why she never wanted to sit down and have a real conversation about what actually happened with Aries Spears and David Spades. Like I'm more interested in that because my whole purpose for getting to know her in any way, we were introduced. I had some very, very, very things, some hardcore stuff to say about her online on my Instagram. She reached out to me. Um, we spoke. I was willing to hear her out, but I still don't I still don't understand why you don't want to get that clean, why you don't want to get that clear. Like if you were set up by these two black men in Hollywood who are still working in Hollywood and operating in Hollywood, who set you up to put you in a position where you could be, labeled a PDF in any way, ruin your reputation, put you all through hell, you know, and and I say, hey, let's get your story out. And you sit there and you tell me how these people are saying this and doing this and how this is what's happening in the backdrop. And I'm like, yo, you need to let the public know because if they were willing to set you up, then they are going to continue to keep setting up other black people. This needs to be known. This needs to be addressed. We need to get this out here and people need to understand. And guess what? Auntie Leah, all of you, I gave her an opportunity to prove that she wasn't. It doesn't seem that, it seems like she real down for the Shluminati.
Well, I'm gonna dig a little deeper because of course, I got some personal stuff that I have to deal with with that situation. But yeah, the word is allegedly some of Sean Combs's people may have paid off the situation with her in that whole case with
with the
the
with the
children.
children and the
Yeah.
family. Yeah.
But I'm gonna go talk. I don't do the whole. I'm gonna go. Well, I'm gonna go talk to who I need to talk to, see if I can get it on record, get an interview, and then I'm gonna get it over to you, and then we're gonna do what we do.
Like, see,
But
this
yeah,
is
that's the word.
this is the thing though. But if you remember, she was supposed to be coming and doing an interview on the
I
blue
know.
couch. She
I
was
know.
supposed to be having a private sit down with me. It was
I
supposed
know.
to be this. She went to Africa. She went to that. And then the next thing you know, Diddy got arrested and she went ghost.
Yeah, as I said, the word was that the diddler paid for some of that stuff to go away, and I can easily. I know. Let me not talk as much. Yeah, yeah. I'm just gonna get busy. but yeah, that's the word. So we'll see, and I'll say allegedly because I gotta find out.
And like I said, they put people around me all of the time. Sometimes they put people around me to try to sway me. Sometimes they put people around me to try to see if I'm still interested in being one of them, or doing what they're doing, or being involved in what they got going on. Sometimes the thing is I don't like seeing nobody get set up. I don't care who it is. I don't like people getting set up. I just don't like it. I think it's disgusting. I think it's nasty. I think if you got something out for somebody, then have something out for somebody and go and deal with it head up. Go and deal with it straightforward. But when it gets to the point where people are literally setting people up and ruining people's lives, and if you'll do it to one person, you'll do it to somebody else. That's why
Mhm.
anytime any of this crazy crap happens with me, I'm always one of the first people to come out and speak about it because I want to make sure that it doesn't happen to anybody else. It's like knowing that you got somebody creepy in the neighborhood that does things to children and stuff like that, little people or whatever the case may be, and you don't warn anybody. It,
Or
it's
you handle it.
yeah, like
Just don't handle it.
it's wild. It's wild, but I don't know. Like once again, we're just looking at how I think social media has really, really, really gotten to the point where it's destroyed our lives and how we engage with one another and how we deal with one another. Once
Yeah.
upon a time, I remember people having pen pals, back in the 80s, and you would write letters back and forth, and maybe one day you would actually meet and people would go. But that was after, a long exchange of conversation, information, sharing your thoughts. One of my sister-in-laws, she was a pen pal with Blair Underwood for years.
What? Was
Yeah,
that
for
really
years.
Blair? Was
No,
that
it was
really
really
Blair?
no, it was really Blair.
What?
Yeah.
Wow.
It was really Blair. She was pen pals with him. They had met on, a pen pal, because pen paling used to be the thing. It was the
That's
thing
before
before the
my
party
time.
lines. It was
Yeah,
the
yeah,
thing
I'm about
before
to
the
say.
party lines.
Yeah, that's before my time.
Like
Pen pal.
seriously. Yeah.
Wow.
I mean, I never I think when I was in Christian school when I was a kid, they had it set up where you could be pen pals with other Seventh-day Adventist children from different areas of the world, and we would be pen pals and stuff like that. And there was a couple of letters that went back and forth, and oh, what's it like there? And oh, what's it like here? And maybe you'll meet. And if there was ever, a convention or something like that, you might get to meet your pen pal, or if you went on a missionary event like it used to be that way, but now we have social media and everything is so much more immediate. Everything is so like,
Yeah.
and but not only that, social media is also a place where you can lie. You don't have to be honest. You can make it up. You can be all that you can be in the YouTube army. You can be all that you can be in the Instagram jam. You can be all that you can be in the TikTok don't stop. You know what I mean? It's like it's just wild to me. When I look at all of the people, like someone just came through my channel the other day and they left a comment when we was on the live talking about they saw so many people. There were so many impersonators of me. They had the wrong idea about who I was, and they were so glad to actually meet the real me.
Hmm.
And it's
That's
wild.
ridiculous.
No, because I have so many people that really have a great disdain for me and a hatred for me in some way, but they weren't even talking to me. They had nothing to do with me. Don't know them at all. That's how dangerous social media is. You know, we're sitting here. The Shakari Richardson situation is a terrible situation. She should have never put her hands on that young man that way, especially if she's in a relationship with him. Like, I'm sorry, I'm just at a point in time in my life. And for me, I was an aggressive young woman. I used to fist fight with men when I was younger. I used to do all of that crazy stuff. I did. I did. And you know what? As I got older, I realized that what I was doing was allowing my anger about things that I wasn't dealing with to come out in a very, very, very nasty way. I was using my pain to hurt other people, and it's true when they say hurt people because it's real. Hurt
Yeah.
people do hurt people. And what
Yeah.
I see for me in this whole Shakari situation is that this is a very hurt person. And I'm looking at the face of the guy that she's involved with, and I think he feels the same way too. My thing is if she's not going to be arrested for it and taken to jail and she's not going to be charged for it, why is it on TMZ?
To embarrass her,
Like,
to
why is it on
maybe
TMZ?
stop some sponsors. I don't know. That's what I was saying. I was like, everything that I see about her is for the most part disagreeable. And it was
Negative.
like this with Tiffany. It was like this with Tiffany some time back. Now I don't see that. So
No, no, now that she's not going to date black men anymore, everything's good again. It's all good again. It's just weird. It's weird.
and the thing is like most black men ain't finna cry that Tiffany Haddish ain't finna go date him. It's okay, all right, peace.
I mean, my
Salute.
thing is
Good luck.
even if that's the way you feel, why does that need to be a statement?
It don't.
Why does that need to be
It's
a
almost,
statement?
to me, it's almost like your sexuality. What you doing in your bedroom? I don't care. If you ain't hurting old people or children, I don't care.
No, that would
If
be
you,
like me coming out and doing a whole post and a statement. Hey guys, I don't want to see women anymore. I don't want to sleep with women anymore. I don't ever want to touch another woman again. There's no need for me to say that.
you the, I'm not gay no more. I'm not gay no more. I've been delivered.
I've been delivered. Like I don't need
Delivered.
to say that. That's not even necessary. So it's like, why are we seeing the things that we're seeing online? What do you think?
Again, I'm trying to look at the setup, and it's always like years, months in advance. It's nothing like immediate. Just like how you said, trash it, setting people up. You can look at what people are talking about, especially Harvey and stuff. Like what are they trying to do? Even I had to jump in front of that situation with them, the misrepresentation, saying that you reached out to Busby and this and that's. Like, no, that's not true, and they still didn't want to retract it. That's fine. Okay, Harvey, don't trip. We got something for you. You see what they're trying to do? They're just trying to set up a narrative.
Yeah.
Um, and that's what I think. I just say I look at stuff like, okay, let's play chess here. What I said, I'm playing chess, you playing Uno, you gonna be upstate serving Pruno. Yeah.
So like the question is even with that post that you shared, where we started in all of this,
Mm-hmm.
why would that girl put that up? This guy offered to fly me out. I took the ticket and I blocked him and now I'm going there. Like
The
what's the
the
subliminal
real
messaging and all
the
that?
real question is why even the guy even did that. I
No, because it
again,
just
men value your money, your energy, your attention, and your time. You should value all that. Don't just give it to any. I would not have been like, you fly you up. Men got to do better. I'm putting it on the men because
you know what? And I'm putting it on
most
the women. Women got to do better.
I think most women are just going to be opportunistic. I didn't say all. I said most.
Why do you say
Prove me wrong.
most?
Prove me wrong because
Why do you say most?
the way society has um, raised these modern women, for the most part, they're all looking. They look for themselves. Everything is about them. They're not looking for the community. I know my mama's generation. It was the community. It was the family. It was not selfish. It was they were not selfish. Today's society, women are all about them. Let's go back to the Instagram. It's all about me and putting on these filters to make me look a certain way. And what did I do? And I'm a good mom. And, but they're front and they probably a shitty mom. Let's just keep it a buck. But they're not about the collective. It's about them.
See, I hear where you're coming from. And I could say the same thing about men. I think a lot of men on social media are bitter.
Yeah.
And I think
Yeah.
they've become real catty. And I think they've also become real entitled. And it's wild because, once upon a time, a man used to take pride in how well he took care of his family and how well he took care of, the kind of father he was, the kind of husband he was. Like men used to take pride in that. And now you got guys like Shannon Sharp who make it, make it, make it, make it, make it. And they make it to a certain level in life and they'll nickel and dime their child for their wedding. But and talk about, I ain't giving you but this, and you better get this fish platter, and you better get this, and you get catfish, and you can get this, because I ain't paying for this and I ain't paying for that. But meanwhile, you're sitting here shoveling millions of dollars now out of the door to some girl on OnlyFans, to some little snow bunny on OnlyFans. You won't you won't, lavish your black daughter, but you'll lavish this, you know, she talking about 25K a cheek. uh, uh, like, and you were barely willing to spend half of that on your daughter's wedding. Like that's crazy. And I'm not saying that you need to spoil your children to prove what a great father you are, but my thing is like you said, your money, your energy, your attention and your time. Look at what he invested his meat into. And look at what happened to his meat. It got left raw.
Well, he's a dummy, but let's put it back on her. She, like I said, opportunistic. Um, if she was a virtuous woman, it would that none of that would have even been on the table. So that's why I'm putting it back on her too. Of course, it goes both ways, but I'm gonna say it starts with the person who has the most to gain and what a person has to offer. So if she wants to be a 304, okay, she's just a 304. If he wants to be a trick, that he just gonna be the trick. That's just what it is. So it's like, again, I said men want to get laid, women want to get paid uh, in that game. So if she wasn't there for the taking, he wouldn't have had the opportunity to even uh, pay that 25K per cheek. And as
So
it
then
ended up
let's
being
look
what?
at it though.
Well,
But
about
how was
12.5
she there?
million per cheek. That's where it ended up, right?
No,
Because then she
but
ended up getting 25 million.
yeah. But my thing is where did all of this start? It started on OnlyFans, online. All of this started on OnlyFans. And I'm just trying to understand. Like, I'm so grateful that what I'm involved in started in real life and stays in real life, not online. Like there's so many of these relationships. Like it was so wild. You were pulling up the pictures of Gabrielle Union and Dwayne Wade. And it's like,
Yeah, shout out to her and her wife.
and it's just like how do y'all manage to get up the smile? Looking at relationships like I'll never forget there was this post years ago, over a decade ago, or around a decade ago now. And I don't know if you ever saw it, but it was Will and Jada. And Jada was dressed and Will was dressed and they came together in this, oh, so, oh, seductive. And he grabbed her by the back of the head and she just looked at him like he was the greatest thing ever. And I mean, and it was this embrace and this eye lock. And I'm sitting there looking at two actors act. Yet I'm sitting there reading the comments and all of the comments. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Couples goals. Couples goals. Oh my goodness. Look at them. Oh my goodness. Oh, she's so beautiful. Oh, look at her husband. Oh, she's so lucky to have him. And they're all just like, I mean, thousands of comments with people just going crazy about Will and Jada. Will and Jada. And then guess what happened? 2 years later, we hear about August Alsina.
Well, this is Will Smith's least favorite month right now, August.
Hmm.
That's what he said. This is his least favorite month, August.
Really? Why?
Um, well, because of the entanglement. But anyway, look,
Mhm.
let me um let me push forward because I do got to
Yeah.
edit. I got
Well,
to
go
call the
ahead.
OG back. And are we gonna get another live of you again? What's the situation with you?
I don't know. I don't know because like I said, I need to check out a couple of things and see what's going on. For me right now, I'm looking at hmm, I'm looking at the algorithm. I'm looking to see what's going on. Uh Possibly might go live. Don't know. We'll have to see.
Well, let me know. I can come in. Oh, Tony Braxton and Birdman. That's something that's coming up right now. Oh man,
What?
we were talking about Birdman. Oh man. Oh gosh. Oh Lord. Uh, Tony Braxton's $5 million anniversary present from Birdman, her husband. They're married. I thought they. Speaking of relationships, I was like, they really married? I thought that was some. I don't know. I'm sorry. Yeah,
Number
that's why I asked
one,
you. That's why I asked you if you're going live. So
number one, I need to know three things. What's the attraction? What do they really have in common? And how many times is she going to extort this man before people call it out for what it actually is? I mean, they were engaged. Nobody knew that they got married. They got married, and then nobody found out they were married until she filed for divorce. She's sticking him up for 160 million. She wants 160 million in the divorce. She done already had like a $5 million wedding ring, and somehow it slipped off her finger while she was on a trip
mm,
at the airport, and she was getting her baggage from baggage claim, and her ring slipped off of her hand, and of course it was insured, so she had to get the money. Um, you know, what I'm trying to understand is the Braxtons, they were a gospel singing group when they were young. They grew up in the church, and Tony was on the piano. She was and the sisters, and they were singing. They were like, the Timu Clark sisters. They just weren't, as heavy set. Eh, I'm just trying to figure out how little Christian girl like that end up with a guy like Baby.
pause. Okay, because like I said, I think you may want to talk about that on your live because I- very interesting. And I'm willing to come over and ask, and I mean, ask a few questions. But before I go, I'm probably going to ask you something that's going to piss you off.
Okay.
Um, it's now they're talking about Jennifer Hudson and Common's relationship. You know, they've never really been too public about their relationship, and I respect that. That's
I
dope.
thought she was pregnant. I thought they was having a baby and getting married.
Wait, no. So I just see something here about Jennifer Hudson and ain't nothing there common. How she got him to commit. I mean, this is not. I mean, since we're talking about relationships, this is not my lane. But it's funny that this just came up, and I was like, and, you know, they said it was a Chicago love story, and I think he said something about I think whatever growing I had to do, it was the divine time of alignment when with when Jennifer and I started being interested in each other. Um,
He said the same thing about Tiffany. He said the same thing about Angela. He said the same thing about Erica. He said the same thing about Serena. He said the same thing about everybody. He never said it about Lauren Hill though, and that's a shame.
well, if I'm just throwing that out there. If y'all want to go over to Jag and listen to that, I don't. You don't have to talk about it. I just said I know I ain't gonna say it's gonna piss you off. I was just trolling to a degree,
No, I
but
mean
it's funny
I think
because we're talking
someone should
about fake
ask Tiffany.
relationships.
I think someone should ask Tiffany Haddish how she feels about it.
Mm, mm,
That's what I think.
well, I you know,
I think someone should ask Tiffany Haddish how she feels about their divine connection. I think somebody should ask her. Especially considering that they were working so hard to blackball her from what she said in Hollywood after they got together.
wow. Well, maybe that's why she says she ain't dating black men because of Lonnie.
Well, I mean, I don't understand why. I don't understand why Jennifer Hudson is worried about him either, because apparently he prefers the loving embrace of the milky man, of the white men. And he enjoys
Okay.
late night query with married white men in Calabasas. So I don't you know, the Eddie Murphy said Jennifer Hudson is ashy, and Tiffany Haddish confirmed that Lonnie's masculinity hasn't grown in size since the late
Oh, okay.
90s.
Oh, okay. All right. Okay. All right. We gonna stop there.
No, because I'm just
No, because I said let's stop.
no, but wait, no, for real. I'm just trying to. You said I would be mad. Do you know what would make me mad? If I was stuck with that, that would make me mad. That would make me so mad. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm
Mm.
surprised him and Diddy weren't better friends because they have so much in common, apparently, after all we
So
learned about in the
so
trial.
much in common. Wow, with the double entendre, huh?
Yeah,
The
they all got,
so much in common.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Bite size, bite size facts and details. You
I
know,
okay.
but my
All
thing
right.
is, no, I'm not getting too crazy with it. My thing is this. They keep pushing these fake ass relationships in our face. And then they get mad at people like me when I speak up about it and when I talk about it and I call it out for what it is. And then when everything starts to go kaput, collapse, over, look at Alicia Keys and Swiss Beats right now. Now, allegedly, it's the end. So the question is, was I wrong for anything I said?
No.
And now he done got all this side action. He got a side baby allegedly. He's doing this. He's doing that. She's getting divorced. But they was just sitting there taking anniversary pictures of a 15-year anniversary, celebrating. And what was the caption that they said in it? It went so fast and we're just getting started. It doesn't even feel like it was 15 years and we're just getting started with the divorce.
I was about to say that's cold for get the your mother.
No, but my thing is why do they keep fronting? Why do they keep pretending? And why do they keep selling these relationships when there are real relationships out there with real black people who really love each other, who really care about each other, who are really down for each other? But you know what? You don't see them getting $1 million endorsement packages. You don't see them being revered. No, they want you invested in these fake relationships so you won't know what the real ones look like.
It's AI relationships.
It's crazy.
What it
It's
is.
crazy. They're all fake. Every time you see one of these people, they sitting there, oh, Will and Jada. Oh, Will and Jada. Couples goals. Yeah, because it's a goal for your kids to bring friends home, for your wife to screw. Yeah, that's a goal. That's couples
Mhm.
goals. Couples goals. You and your
It
husband playing dress up in each other's clothes. Yeah, and your husband looking so comfortable. You know what I mean? Like I'm still not understanding during the pandemic when they seen Jennifer Lopez and A Rod and she put on his suit and he put on her dress and he was sitting there dancing in that dress and people ain't looking at A Rod. Like I don't understand. I'm gonna tell you what I do know. I'm gonna tell you what I do know. I don't care what kind of a challenge it was. I don't care how bored people were. I don't care how tired people were being in their homes. I don't care how much joy and laughter it would have bring to anybody. I already know if I asked you to put on a tube dress, you would probably um throw something at the wall and walk out the door and say, "I'd rather get cold. I'd rather get
I'll
the
I'll
C-19."
drop. I'm gonna drop kick whoever asks me to wear a goddamn. You getting drop kicked.
Like I
I,
just
I'm
I don't
I'm gonna choose violence in that instance.
I'm not understanding. I'm not understanding. I don't get it. Like all of these effeminate men running around with they Vaseline, a half a jar of Vaseline on their face, all over their lips. Ugh.
Hey Sheila Gray, thank you for being here.
I just
Hit the like button.
yeah.
We
Yeah,
about to.
we about to.
I mean, but if everybody, I mean, if you're gonna go live, let it be known. But if not, I understand. But I just was like, I mean, since we're talking about the relationship stuff, I said, let
You
me
know, I
throw this
have a
in there.
question that I want to ask for everyone who's here. How would y'all feel about the wolf and the jag doing couples content? Really? How would y'all feel about that?
Well, yeah, leave a comment. Leave it in the comment section because I'm hungry than 10 niggas. I
Yeah.
ate all day,
Oh, well, that's
and
a
I
good
gotta get
one.
on the phone. Gotta talk to the OG.
Okay.
Yeah, leave the comment or leave the
Like
answer in
if
the
you would
comment
like
section.
to see couples content coming from an actual couple, not something
Okay.
put together by PR reps, and what kind of content would you like to see? Like I'm curious. If we were to do couples content, what would y'all like to see? Hmm.
All right, y'all. Let me get on this phone. I'm running
Go ahead.
behind.
Get on the phone.
If you're going live, I was just saying I don't know if you were announcing it, but um,
I'm not sure yet. I'm not sure yet.
let me know. I will be relationship advice. Yeah, there we go. Okay. The Q&A wedding game, the newlywed game. That's hilarious. All right, y'all. I appreciate everyone being here. I got to eat something. I ate,
Well,
and
go ahead and eat something.
I gotta handle some stuff, but check out the set in the West LA. Should be up later tonight. I got some just a little something I'm doing. Want y'all to give me y'all opinion on it. And then yeah, we're gonna go from there. This is Jaguar, right? I'm Wolfgang. I'm Amadeus, set in the West. Peace.
Peace.